Hey, how's it going, everyone? Have we got some openings to do today? I might need to turn the... First Lamau! Hey, welcome in, Neptune. Well done on commenting on the YouTube video of this when it comes out. Good start. Okay, how's the music level for the microphone? I'm doing pretty good in Undercar. Current week has been really chill. Hey, Tazubaki. It's been very chill. We've had very little to do here because Ophelia is away at a convention. So right now it's very much just a case of getting streams done, trying to get towards those follower emotes as soon as I can. Hey, SF Demon. Nice to see you about. Who else have we got in the chat? Let's have a look. How are you doing, Neptune? Are you doing okay? How are you doing, Zenondakar? Tazubaki, how's your day going so far? And SF Demon, I talked to you literally a few minutes ago. So, I know that you're doing good. You're getting dinner. So, that's always a good start. But yes, we have 2 boxes of collector packs to open up. We've got a nice pack of Crimson Vow, which is the vampire-themed set that came out a few months ago. I believe it came out... Was it last year, or was it the beginning of this? I think it was last year it came out. And there's a few decent cards we can get from that, which I'm going to put on the screen now. So, the main cards that we want to go for right now, the one on the furthest right is the main card that we're aiming for, which is Sorin the Mirthless. That card, that special version of the card, which is a Planeswalker card, if we can get that one in that type, because I think there's about 3 or 4 different versions of that Planeswalker in the set. If we can get that one full art foil, which is that one that's on the screen there, that one, I'm going to check the price on Scryfall with TCG Player. The foil version is going for $120. Non-foil, it's going for $29, so there's a big difference in price there, which is unfortunate. You're tired, you helped someone move out from an apartment with no elevator. Oh, good lord. Yeah, that's very tiring to do that sort of thing. Moving stuff like that up several different flights of stairs. Fuck that. We had to do that in this apartment here, but fortunately it was only 2 flights of stairs. But still, it's so much work when you're moving stuff in and out or like up and down the stairs. It's just, it kills you, doesn't it? There's all the lifting and there's all the carrying the weight. It's a good workout, I'll say that. But man, that just kills you. We've also got Cultivator Colossus, which is a good mono green card, very high cost. We've got the next card along, which is, I believe that's Hallowed Haunting, yeah, that's right, Hallowed Haunting, which is an interesting mono white card. I get the feeling I would probably put that into one of my decks that I use in Commander games, because that would go very well in my Angel Soldiers deck, just having lots of enchantments, because I think that deck does have quite a few enchantments in it. I'm going to move this over onto this monitor so I can see it a bit better. And then we've got Chandra, Dress to Kill. That's a very good... I mean, a lot of Chandra Planeswalkers are just fantastically powerful. And this is, again, a 3-mana, 3-loyalty Planeswalker that can do some pretty good plays on the turn she comes down. And then we've got Necro Duality, which is a very interesting blue card. The whole sort of, whenever a non-token zombie enters, create a token that's a copy. That's a very good enchantment if it's used in the right deck. Obviously, it doesn't work in every single one, but a foil full art version of that goes for about $21. And then after that, the last card that's here, which is on the furthest to the left, is Olivia Crimson Bride. There's also another card that we could go for, which is the Averbrook Caretaker, which is, it's a green card that's got a lady in a white dress playing with a puppy. So the artwork for that's very nice. And that goes for $22 when it's in foil, which is pretty good. But that's the problem with this set, is that the overall value of it has really gone down compared to when it first came out. So what we're going to do is go back into here and change that. And then these are the cards that will be coming out of this pack here, which is Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. This set released quite recently, and it's a sort of a Japanese sort of future tech type of set that came out. Wedding Ring Full Art is something good for future. Oh yeah, Wedding Ring is a fantastic card. Can you get this? Can you get them in the collector packs? Because I know it's a commander card. They have been doing a few commander cards in the collector packs recently, so it's quite possible, actually, thinking about it. But for the Neon Dynasty packs, the cards that we're going for are these ones here. Oh, that's the wrong overlay. 2 seconds. There we go. That's the right one. There we go. So, we're selecting the wrong one for a second there. So we'll select cards 2. Get this one bigger. So, it's in set collector boosters only, not in the precons. Ah, okay. So with Neon Dynasty, with this box, we are looking at 2 different types of cards. The cards on the left are the regular cards that you can get, like the cards like planeswalkers and creatures. The first one is the Wandering Emperor, which is I think it's the highest value card in the set at the moment when it's in a special finish. You can get this special version of the artwork, which is sort of like the standard anime waifu planeswalker. And I think that card in full art in etched foil is going for quite a high price at the moment. If I'm just to check the price of it now, because I know you can get it in full art regular foil. You can also get it in full art etched foil. I'm not sure which one is worth the most. It's not really clear on Scryfall, but getting it full art foil is worth a lot. It looks like one of them is worth $260, possibly like $250, $260, somewhere around there, which is a lot of money, and that would basically pay for one of these boxes, getting one of those. There's also the I got the order wrong, but the Tamiyo Planeswalker there, but in the Phyrexian text. So it's in like a scribbled text, it's not like a regular font. It's a font specific to Magic itself in the Phyrexian language. And then that Planeswalker is very good as well. But there's also the full art version of Jin-Gitaxias, I think it's called. I think it's Jin-Gitaxias. Yeah, Jin-Gitaxias, that's it. That is a very powerful creature. If anyone doesn't know what that card actually does, it's ridiculously over-the-top powerful. So that card it's 7 mana, so it's very expensive. But if you can cheat it out, even better. But are you saying one box it's 250? Yeah, these boxes I got discounts on them, fortunately. But one of these boxes is around $250 because it's 12 packs and they're very, very exclusive cards inside. So the whole thing of it is I've saved up for quite a while to get these. Like putting savings aside, making sure I get like bills paid off and stuff like that just early, just so I can save for them. But I absolutely love opening packs, and if I can make it a special occasion to do so, I want to. So, for instance, Ophelia Black VT, as you know, she did a box opening stream a while ago. If there's a mod here, could you do an ! SO for Ophelia Black VT, if possible? Do a shout out. She did a box opening stream last year before she went on her hiatus, and I have the boxes here actually. I'll just make this a little bit smaller. We opened up a couple of boxes of Magic product as well, which were collector boxes, which were these. We opened up a box of Modern Horizons 2, which is an absolutely incredible set. It's one of my favourite sets they've released, other than Modern Horizons 1. And we also opened a collector box of Commander Legends. These sets are fantastic. Commander Legends, especially for the Commander format. And you can get some really good cards in these boxes. When we opened these, that was actually, I think, my first time appearing on Ophelia's stream, but I was in the background obviously talking. But Commander Legends box, we got a full art foil Vampiric Tutor, along with a few other fairly decent Commander staples that were worth like $20 to $30 each. And then in the the Modern Horizons 2 box, we pulled we pulled them back to back, and they're clips on her channel. We pulled a full art, a foil old border Urza, and then we also pulled a etched foil Force of Negation. And those two cards are sort of the big cards that come out of this set. We've got a bunch of other cards as well, but I actually have the Urza card itself, and I can show that on stream now. Just grab it out of my binder. And this is sort of like muy spicy, yeah, very. This card is kind of the pride and joy of my collection, if you will. Like, obviously it's not worth a whole lot of money, but it's the fact that I managed to pull it on stream. And you can see it's like an old border. So it's got the sort of the old treatment of, if the camera wants to focus, that would definitely help. I can take it out of its sleeve. I've got a second sleeve on it anyway, so. But yeah, it's the old border, like the old school Magic cards from the 90s. And it's got a foil treatment on. And it looks absolutely incredible. And I mean, this card is just a powerhouse in and of itself, in Commander as it is. So, and I have an Urza deck, but I don't run it as the Commander. I just use a regular copy of Urza. But it's just a fantastic card, and it looks amazing. It's a lovely card. I've got a bunch of other cards that I'm quite happy with in my collection. Yeah, Magic released in the 90s. It released in 1993, I believe, or maybe 1994. But it's been around a long time, way before Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, all of these other trading card games. It's been around a very long time. I could also show off my Commander decks if you wanted to see what they look like, because I've got some very interesting Commander decks. Some of them are better than others, but I really like playing them, especially in our Commander group that Zenondakar is a part of. But I'll show you the cards again that we're looking for. We've got those three on the left that we've looked at. The three on the right, now these are really interesting. The card itself, Hutetsugo, I think it's how it's pronounced. I think that's how it's pronounced anyway. Those three cards, they're actually not particularly good cards, like when it comes to power level in the game. But the reason that they're worth so much is that they're in a very exclusive finishing process, which is called a neon foil, or as they call it, the Wizards of the Coast call it neon ink. The whole idea is that it looks like it's glowing, and it's like a foiling process. And the card itself is, I think it by default is an uncommon, so it's not like the regular one is worth like $1. But these foil processes, they have generally I think they say a 1% chance of actually being in one of these collector packs. From what I've seen online is that it's most likely closer to 0.1%. The chance of getting one of these cards is extremely low. So more than likely we don't get one, and that's fine, I'm not expecting one. But that's the whole thing of it, is that it's a card that's worth an absolute ton of money. So for example, the blue version, which is the most common, I think that goes for about $150, generally speaking. Then there's the green version, which is twice as, there's twice as much of a chance of getting one of those. Half, I'm saying it wrong. The green one has half as much of a chance as the blue appearing in a pack, and the green one goes for about $200 to $300. The red one has quarter as much of a chance. Yeah, there it is. It's extremely low chances. 0.6% chance of neon blue, 0.3% of neon green, and 0.075% chance of neon red. Now, the neon red is going for, and it's been selling, so it's not that these things are just sat at this price. They are selling for upwards of $800 to $900, possibly even towards $1,000, because they are so incredibly rare to pull. And there's been reports of people at local game stores in the US, all over the world actually, where they'll open a huge amount of these collector boxes, and they will open like a huge amount of them, like say like a case is I think 4 of those collector packs. they'll open like 20 cases and get one card. So it's an extreme rarity. And I'm not saying that I'm going to pull one, because I highly doubt it's going to happen. But that's the kind of the money shot that we're aiming for. You know? That's the thing that's kind of like the goal of like a rare collection, is to get one of those cards. And then wait for it to like go up in value. Although, as a lot of people have been saying before already, I think the main thing for people is that, honestly, it's not really worth that much. Yeah, it's extremely expensive. It's not really worth that much because the card itself isn't amazing when it comes to the play. But the main thing for it is that they are going to use this sort of foiling process in cards in the future, and they're going to use it on cards that are actually like worth a lot more. So cards that have a lot more play capability. So when those cards are released with this specific foiling process, and they're also most likely going to be this rare, that's when it's going to take off and more people will be buying them, and then the value of them will start to go down. So right now it seems like the value's there because it's a rarity and because there aren't any other types of cards with this finishing at the moment. So I think we'll leave that pack to go second. But for now, we're going to stick with Innistrad Crimson Vow, and we're going to hope that we pull the Sorin out of this box even. As Anondacar said, getting a wedding ring can be very good. That's a very good card that's in this box as well. So hopefully we can pull one of those. I've also got some sleeves at the ready in case we pull anything good, because you don't want to be unprepared without any sleeves in case you pull a really nice card, because you want to protect it straight away, and if you want to sell it especially, you've got to be careful. So just bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just going to get a knife to open this up. I don't want to just rip it all off and break the box. As you can see, I kind of like holding on to the boxes. I have a ton of pre-release pack boxes that I really like. I like the artwork on them. And I kind of want to make a collection of these as well, of like sets that I've opened up as collector boxes. And just have them on a display behind me when I start streaming, when I have a new... Like if I stream in a different room, when we move to a new house or something like that. I kind of like the idea of having a nice display behind me, you know? So... yeah, the boxes are really nice. I'm not going to get a collector box of every set, because honestly, they're not all really worth getting. I've kind of learned, unfortunately now, that Crimson Vow wasn't really one of those sets that's worth as much. Hey, Mothman, how's it going? Hope you're doing okay. It's kind of a shame, but I still kind of got this because of Ophelia, because, you know, if I get any nice vampire cards that she could use in her Vampire Commander deck, she'll definitely want to use those. So we're going to try and pull some decent cards out of this, and we're going to try and get some real value, you know what I mean? Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is just bear me 2 seconds. I'm going to get something to open up this pack with. And then we will begin opening up the packs. I'm probably not going to open up super quick. I want to kind of, you know, pad this out for as much content as possible, which is, you know, what you do. Can you imagine that? A streamer wanting to get as much content as possible. Oh my god. God, that sound is so fucking obnoxious, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Right, okay, 2 seconds. As you'll notice as well, above the playmat, there is the sub goal for today's stream. If I get, I think it's 7 subs, I'm going to do a shot of disgusting hot sauces mixed together, and I will choke and start hiccuping for all of your entertainment pleasure. But for now, I'd say the best way to open this up would be to... oh, camera, please. To pierce the top bit there. There it is, all the value is gone. of what little value was there anyway. Okay. I believe this set also has some box toppers in as well. However, the box toppers themselves... Please no stabby on stream, I'd die. Yeah, just blood everywhere. Nah, don't worry. The knife isn't that sharp, to be honest. It's no big deal. If I remember correctly, this collector box has some box toppers. However, they decided it would be a great idea to make it so that the box toppers can be uncommons. Why? Why would you make it so that the card that is sort of the showcase of the entire box can be... Yeah, they're called blood tokens for a reason. Why would they make it so that the sort of the showcase card of the entire box, the thing that stands out for anyone who's buying it, is a fucking uncommon card? Why would you do that? It's such a waste. Because you kind of want to get, like, really nice cards. You want to get, like, a rare or a nice mythic or something like that. Something that really stands out. But, I mean, that's what they did. So we've got, I believe it's 2 of these. I'll put to the side. So there's a chance those are absolute garbage cards that are not worth anything whatsoever. Which is just, to me, like a crime, basically. But, set the box aside so we can fill it back up and use it as a display. Now, if I remember correctly as well, these are the packs where they started introducing a new type of foil. And, yeah, they're basically laughing at us while they take the money. It's very true. They weren't feeling that way with Modern Horizons 2, though, where they basically just printed money for you. And that was the case with my box, in that I made, like... I think I paid under 200. I think it was like 180 or 190 pounds for it. And I made, like 350 quid on it. Like, covering the box and then a little bit extra. So it's like, it just prints money, you know. What we'll do is we'll get one of these and see how difficult it actually is to open up. Because I kind of get the impression most people were kind of exaggerating when they said it was difficult. Yeah, seriously, Modern Horizons 2 was just absolute value. It was incredible how much money it printed for people. Especially my box, I mean, like, Jesus Christ. Foil Urza and a Force of Negation and a bunch of other really good cards. Okay, so these do feel a little bit different, which is a bit strange. Like, more sort of like... I don't know what the word would be. It'd be sort of like... Yeah, thank you very much, Zonantica. I appreciate it. Well, okay, so... Yeah, oh yeah, that's very different. Okay, so yeah, it's like... It's almost like aluminium foil on the inside. But it feels like plastic. That's very weird. Okay, well. Okay, so we're going to start off slowly, because I haven't really done a lot of this set before. Okay, if you wanted to zoom in, there we go. So we've got a Flourishing Hunter. There's a few commons to start off with. Evolving Wilds. Evolving Wilds is always a nice card. Grizzly Ritual. Nice artwork. I think I'm going to have to turn the brightness down on the light above there. 2 seconds. Let's get that turned down. Okay, so point that down again. If it's a bit too bright, it can like really cause a ton of like reflections and just a bright spot on the card, so you can't really see what's going on. So that's a little bit better. Okay, so what we've got here is Dreadfuge. Just some bloke, isn't it? Voltaic Visionary. Okay, and we've got the nice lands in this set, which are the full foil. They're not black and white. I know the black and white lands, sort of the monochrome lands, they were WPN stores only. But these are quite nice lands with the sort of like the monochrome center bit, and then the color of the actual land itself around the edges. So that comes out quite nice. I'm going to put the lands in a slightly separate pile. Right, here we go. So the rares. So we've got Bruno Stromkirk, some vampire guy. Ethereal Investigator. Come on, Karma, you can do it. There we go. Lots of spirits in this set. Ulvenwald Oddity. I'll probably end up going in my my green-red big boys deck. Let's see, Markov Purifier. I think they have a couple of cards that have slightly different artwork in the center there. There's another one. That's the Blood Petal Celebrant. Dr. John Seward. I know that these are based on the Dracula tale. They've got like artwork based on the original tale, I believe it is, which is quite nice. Let's see, that's a 2/2 training. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 green and white human soldier creature token with training. That might work quite well in my tokens deck, which is Selesnya, which is green-white. Put that to the side. Let's go Falcon Wrath Celebrants, which is again a common. And then the end one is Dreadfeast Demon. I think I already have 2 of these. That's not great. Not great. Not great. But, I mean, it could be worse. So we'll kind of keep these into separate piles so we can see like what we're getting. Land cards go there. All the rares and stuff after the general land card go there. And then the big boy goes there, whatever it is. So we'll open up another pack. Now this is just awkward to open, honestly. So you can see there's like a little hoop there. Like a tiny little hole there that's like... I've seen it in all of the collector box openings of the set. They just... This is when they hadn't quite perfected how they did the process, which is unfortunate, but it's not even blooming opening. What is this? This is just a weird material that they've used. Two seconds. What is this packaging? Like, I've got scissors, but I don't trust myself with them. Plus, I kind of want to keep the packs as intact as possible for when I put them on display. There we go. What I can do is I can make like a really small incision along the top there, and then open it up, and then it's just getting that initial sort of the beginning bit of the glue that's sealing the top. It's getting to that initial bit that's quite difficult. No boosters were harmed in the making of this video. These are just... There's no real clean way to open these, unfortunately. So again, we just got some sort of generic, like, commons and uncommons to start off with. So I'll just go through these first. And then 2 seconds. There we go. Laid to Rest. That might come in useful for my... That might come in useful for my tokens deck. The whole thing of whenever a human you control dies, and that deck has a lot of human tokens in it. So... And there's a lot of +1/+1 counters as well. So that might come in useful, actually. Alluring Suitor. So that's the just sort of regulars out of the way. We've got a nice island there. Dying to Serve. Breathkeeper Seraph. Demonic Bargain. Now, why would anyone ever use this card? It's just a terrible, terrible card to search for something in your library. Like, there are even, like, that's 3 mana as well. For the 1 extra mana, you don't have to exile the top 13 cards of your library. And you can play something... there's like a 4 mana one, which has an option of either... Oh, the artwork is beautiful, don't get me wrong. It's just like... I wouldn't play it for the artwork. I'd put it in like a binder for the artwork. I'd never play it. Just the idea of exiling the top 13 cards, unless that's what you want to do. You want to have as many cards in exile as possible. I don't know why anyone would play it, honestly. Alluring Suitor. We've already had a copy of that card. Bloodsworn Squire. That artwork was quite nice. Harker's Journal. Beautiful. That's Voldaran Epicure. Oh, there's one. If any Umbras counted your own Graveyard, then that would be good. Yeah, there you go. But that is one of the money cards we were looking at, actually. I'm going to check what the value of that card is. But it's on the bottom there. It's one of the cards we were looking for. It's the one on the right-hand side there, Hallowed Haunting. So let's find out what the full art version foil of that goes for. Bear with me 2 seconds, I'll get Scryfall up on the computer. Crimson Vow. View by price. So the full art foil of this, it's not groundbreaking value, but that card is going for about $25 to $30, which is not bad. I mean, we'll take that. That's like a chunk of the box's price out of the way, you know? So what we'll do is we'll put a sleeve around that and we'll try and get it sold. Do you like the artwork on that Vulcan? It's very good, isn't it? That card will go very well in, as I said before, it'll go very well in my tokens deck, because there's a lot of enchantments and there's a lot of tokens. So I'm going to put that into a sleeve. Exactly. You can get a regular copy of this for, I think, about 5 to 10 quid, something like that. But obviously this fancy version is quite the thing right now. So I'll put that to the side. So that's not a bad pull at all. Better than the Demon. Demon's worth like 2 quid or something. Right, let's do the same thing here. We're going to open up this little sliver of packet. Okay, there we go. Yeah, not a bad pull at all. And it's a good card, so it's definitely worth the money that you spend on it, if it's got that ability, you know. So I've made an incision. Yeah, I'm surprised Errol isn't here. He'd be very excited at all the shiny stuff. Oh yeah, it's magpies, isn't it? Duh. Ah, a zombini! Oh, a zombie. Oh, I got excited there. Right, here we go. Okay, so Stitched Assistant, just a common. Hungry Ridgewolf, that was me this morning. Apprentice Sharpshooter. Mind Leech Ghoul. Wandering Mind. Yeah, that's me when I'm not focusing on my work. Retrieve. Let's return up to one target creature card and up to one target non-creature permanent card from your graveyard to your hand, and exile this. Okay, that's not bad. But 3 mana and a sorcery speed, won't see a lot of play. Right, we've got a mountain. So we've got Patchwork Crawler. Loreen, the Diversion. Okay, that's I believe that's one of the commander cards, isn't it? Probably not worth a lot. But it does a lot of goading, and it's got first strike, which is kind of cool. I like goading in Commander. It's quite an interesting mechanic. Alchemist's Gambit. Okay, so that's... You can cast it for its Cleave spell, which is 7 mana. And that's in Izzet colours. And it's take an extra turn after this one. During that turn, damage can't be prevented. And it's, of course, it's got the whole sort of final chance type thing of at the beginning of that end step, you lose the game of the next one. But then, if you pay it for the cleave cost, you don't have that thing there. That's in the brackets. Or the parentheses, or whatever it is. Got Unholy Efficient. Officiant. Search the Count's Castle, not Council. That artwork is beautiful. I think that's absolutely fantastic, that artwork. Who did that, actually? Hang on. Dan Scott. That's beautiful artwork. That's a Thirst for... Is that Thirst for Discovery? Yeah. It's getting rid of a basic land for drawing 3 cards, which is nice. Right, so we got Voldaren Bloodcaster. Blood Tithe Harvester. Oh, there's a bit of a mark on the card. I don't know if you can see that. There's like a scratch mark. Can you see that? It's like a long... Can you see it, like the foiling of that scratch mark? It's like coming up there. That runs all the way across the top of the card. That's... Looks like a printing error, or like a foiling error, or something like that. You can see it there. That's not very good, Wizards. How are you? And then, final card in the pack is Falconwreath Forebear. But it's not a bear, it's a vampire! That's a vampire with flying, can't block. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create a blood token. And then pay a black, sacrifice 2 blood tokens, return this to the battlefield. Not bad. I like the artwork for that as well. That in full art is very nice. Okay. That's a money card there, so I'll put that there. Yikes. The value in this set is just non-existent, unfortunately. I'm lucky in that I'm not going to really feel a lack of value in this box, because I bought it ages ago, and I've, like, you know, sold other cards since then, so it's not really a huge deal if I don't get the value out of this one. It's just annoying, like, seeing that the value was just, like, not there in the first place, you know? Kind of a shame, but, yeah, what can you do? Okay, we'll get this pack open now. God, it's such a frustrating way for them to make the packs just, like, so difficult to open up. Open, I command you. There we go. Right, okay, that's that pack kind of disintegrated a little bit as I opened it, but just don't look over there. Don't look over there. So, Militia Rallia. Again, we're just going through the commons. Selhoff and Tuma. Ancestral Anger. Wolfstrike. Magma. Pommeler. So, Lamholt Raconteur. That's the regulars out of the way. A nice mountain there. Different artwork that goes with that one. We've got Consuming Heart. Oh, Consuming Heart? Consuming Tide. I'm looking at the card behind it. Consuming Tide. Each player chooses a non-land permanent they control. Return all non-land permanents not chosen this way to their owner's hands. Then you draw a card for each opponent who has more cards in hand than you. That's an interesting card. Probably never see play. So, Glasscast Heart. Whenever one or more vampires you control attack, create a blood token. So that is going to go straight into Ophelia's vampire deck. So creating blood tokens is going to be great.
Female is already dripping.
That'll definitely
like
work.
a knackered fridge.
Hey, Turtle Kermit, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. How are you doing today? We're opening some magic packs, some fancy ones. Hope you're doing okay today on this lovely Saturday. We've got Sigarda's Summons. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have base power and toughness 4/4, have flying, and are angels. So that's another card I could put into the tokens deck I've got, the Selesnya one, because it already has a Divine Visitation in there to make things angels when they're created in the first place. But if I can get +1/+1 counters on them, which I can very easily with that deck, I can make them essentially angels. So we've got Belligerent Guest. That's me whenever I go to Macca's. Smacking those self-ordering machines like there's no tomorrow. Golden Epicure, we've already gotten one of them. That's Renfield, Delusional Minion. Which in reality, the card is actually Eruth, Tormented Prophet. If you would draw a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library instead, you may play those cards this turn. That's a really interesting card. You do very well in a heavy spellcasting deck. Good way to cycle through. Oh, wrong power. Good way to cycle through and get more choices. If you've got a lot of cards that you won't necessarily use. Yeah. So that's Blood Petal Celebrant. Again, just a common in full foil. And that's Ascendant Pack Leader. It's kind of cool that we found Beano on a card, isn't it? That's nice. Doesn't look like Beano, but you know. Oh, Bev has it in his deck. Oh, I'm sure he does. Right. Ascendant Pack Leader ends the battlefield with +1/+1 counter on it if you control a permanent with mana value 4 or greater. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, plus a +1/+1 counter on Ascendant Pack Leader. Okay, so it just gets bigger and bigger, and obviously it's a 1 mana 2/1, so it just starts getting bigger and bigger. It's kind of like a, oh, what's that, 1 mana white drop human that gets bigger whenever another human is played. It's like that one, basically. But it's a wolf. What a good boy. Oh, I'll tell you who's a good boy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Camera, please. Camera? Hello? Champion of the Parish, that's it. Why is my camera not focusing on this? There we go. I have to get it at the right angle. What a good boy. The first gay boar? Wow. Right, there we go. Okay, we'll get the next pack open. Is that what the B is in LGBT? Is it boar? Okay, that's too far, I'm sorry. Right, okay. we'll get this pack open, do a little incision. So what I'm doing is I'm essentially putting a incision in the back here. You can kind of see it there, that I've made a little cut right there. I'm having to pull it apart. And then that happens. But I mean, that's the best we can really do with it, isn't it? These weird packs. Open very strangely. It feels like they've glued them more than they should have, honestly. Ah, that's not great, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Okay, so we'll get the basics out of the way. Ancestral Anger. Wolf Strike, that's when Beano doesn't get any viewers for a stream. Got Unhallowed Phalanx. Is that... I feel like that's misprinted a little bit. It's a bit short on the top there. That's weird. It's weird when you get the odd one that's just... It feels like the centering isn't right. But, Sanctify. We've got a Sawblade Slinger. Child of the Pack. That's the basics out of the way. I'm sure I'll find some use for some of these cards. Got a lovely Swamp. I love that artwork. That's beautiful. Man, land artwork is just so underappreciated in a lot of these sets, especially when we open the Kamigawa box. You'll see what I mean. The artwork for the full art lands that you get in the collector packs is insane compared to the regular art lands. So right off the bat, we've got a Sundown Pass in foil, which is a very good set of lands, which is basically set for... these are essentially for Commander. For most people, anyway. But Sundown Pass enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. So you basically want to play these on like turn 3, turn 4 of EDH. Have them ready. I like the artwork, but it's quite dark with the foiling on there. It's like a little glow in the darkness in the background. Yeah, it's the best colours for you, isn't it? Hell yeah, dude. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to turn the light off for a second. That's above there, because I feel like it's still a bit too bright. It might be causing the camera to kind of misfocus. Right, so first off, we've got... is that focusing better? Yeah, I think it is, actually, yeah. That's... Okay, don't need the light. We've got Timon, Youthful Geist. Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Some of the pricing for some of these cards is just strange. There you go. Youthful Geist, which is again a commander card. Partner it with Geist Avenger. At the beginning of each combat, tap up to 1 target creature. Not bad, not bad. And we've got Inspired Idea. Draw 3 cards. Your maximum hand size is reduced by 3 for the rest of the game. Reduced by 3, even. Bit of a weird one, but I mean, if you're going to go off on 1 turn, then it doesn't really matter if your hand size is reduced. Got some Wedding Security. I'd hide these people. Yeah, they look alright. Big blades, you know. Goth BF and GF5s. I'd take that. Mysterious Blood Illness. I basically had this when I was 15 going on 16. It was very weird. Well, 16, essentially. I was in my last years of secondary school at that time, and I just had some weird illness where I couldn't get out of bed without feeling like I was going to throw up. Like feeling very nauseous and such. And then I would go for very short walks and just feel awful at the end of it and have to like breathe heavily and be like and you know, nearly dying. And then I was off of my education for about, I'm going to say like 2 months, maybe 3. They did a bunch of blood tests, went into hospital and such like that, and got everything tested, and never heard anything back. Like, I don't know what happened, but that's essentially what I had, a mysterious blood illness. I'm assuming it was just sort of like gamer nerd disease or something like that. But there you go. We've got the Welcoming Vampire. That's Ophelia. As soon as you step into the manor, she's like, hey, can I have a sample of your blood, please? And I'm like, yes, mummy, mummy, yes. Gluttonous guest, that is also me. I eat a lot when I'm out, which is not good for me, but there you go. As far as I'm aware, that's decent. That is Hiveheart Shaman, which is a 4-mana 3/5. Whenever it attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card that doesn't share a land type with a land you control, put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle. And it's creating insect tokens with counters for how many basic land types you have. Not bad, but there's much better cards in the set, unfortunately. And the Spirit and Insect token. So right now we've just got the one good hit at the moment. But there are a few interesting cards that we've gotten so far. So, Welcoming Vampire looks like an interesting card. Just check the value on that, see how it's doing. Oh, and Sundown Pass has got decent value. Welcoming Vampire, that version is going for about $3 because it's not a foil, so it's not, the foil version's about $5.5. So it's not the highest value, but you know, we'll take that. So what we'll do is we'll open another one of the packs and then we'll open up the box toppers and see if we got absolute trash from them, which we probably have, knowing all of the previous openings I've watched of this set. It's most likely an absolute garbage fire. But, you know, that's what happens with sets sometimes. That's why you shouldn't buy a collector box as soon as they come out thinking that it's going to be amazing. Isn't that right, Chubb? Yeah. I just thought it was a vampire set, so it'd be cool, but, you know. Wasn't really looking into the value, unfortunately. Right, so let's get this opened up. Because I'm watching, if I leave your stream, the pulls will be better. I mean, I doubt it, honestly. I just need everyone here to summon good luck for me. Will it into existence, you know? Hey, yo, what the tongue do? What the tongue do? Damn. Yeah, me hoping for cool vamps from, like, for Edgar from the set, but all the vamps just make blood tokens. True. That's so true. Some of the cards are really good, but some of them are just dog shit, let's be honest. At least it wasn't a box of Double Feature. Now, I haven't actually looked into how bad Double Feature was. I just heard people say, don't bother, so I never bothered. I'm guessing it's just kind of recycled cards from earlier sets. Is that what it was? Entomber. Kindly Ancestor. Bride's Gown. Oh, it's got loads of spikes on it. That's nice, isn't it? Oh, deadly. Wash Away. That's the card for all those neckbeards who are at the convention at the moment. You know, wash away the smell, okay? There's a reason they call it the con stink, or the con stank, or whatever it is, or the con smell. You're fucking stinky. Right, there's a delightful looking plains. Looks very nice. Right, we've got a... Ooh, that's quite nice. A Maniform Hellkite. Now, I'm going to check the value of that, because I'm not sure how much that goes for at the moment. But if I remember, it went for a bit before, but the value's probably gone down. Yeah, it's worth under $5 now, but it's a good dragon. I'll say that. So this dragon is... wait for the camera to focus. It's trying to focus on all the bloody foiling. That's why. That's the problem. So it's flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX red dragon illusion with flying and haste, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast the spell. Exile the token at the beginning of the next end step. So the idea is that you hold this back, and when you're casting big spells, you create big old dragons for that one turn to attack. So, not a bad hit. Not a bad hit at all. Yeah, it's very good for 4 CMC. For a 4/4 with flying that has that extra ability. Rhoda Geist Avenger. We had the other card that partners with this, actually, so we could create a commander deck with that, if needed. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes tapped, if it isn't being declared as an attacker, put a +1/+1 counter on this. Not bad. Cemetery Illuminator. Now that is beautiful artwork on that one. 3 mana 2/3 with flying. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile a card from a graveyard. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. Once each turn, you may cast a spell from the top of your library if it shares a card type with a card exiled by it. That's kind of cool. Yeah, if you get like instants or sorceries or something like that, you can just have an extra one, just ready, just in case. How much is that going for? Let me have a check of that. Probably not a lot. Cemetery Illuminator. That's going for $3.69. Nice. Gluttonous Guest. We've already had one of them, and again, that's me when I'm at a party. Innocent Traveler. Dracula the Voyager. So that is the card that flips. Now this is the card that will go in Ophelia's deck, definitely. The idea is it's got the top side there, which is makes it a Vampire Lord, 4 mana 4/4. All of the vampires get +1/+1 you control. When it dies, return it to the battlefield transformed, and it comes in as the Casket of Native Earth. And it's a legendary artifact, which is at the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 white and black vampire creature token with lifelink, and put a bloodline counter on Edgar Markov's coffin, which is this. Then, if there are 3 or more bloodline counters on it, remove those counters and transform it back into Edgar Markov, which is Dracula. That is really good. It's just like a persisting vampire lord. And you can just start getting out those tokens like quite quickly. That's really good. I like that card. I'm going to set that aside. I'm not going to put it into a sleeve because it's not got high value. But that's definitely a card that's going to be used in that commander deck. So, yeah. And then, last cards here. We have Bloodsworn Squire. Again, we already had one of them. And Ill-Tempered Loner, which is a werewolf that transforms. Damn fearsome. Right, so that's half the box done. 3 bloodline counters. Very good. Very good joke. I thought it was good. Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to open up those two box toppers. Just thinking about it as well, like the box toppers that you'd get in Ultimate Masters or Double Masters, those are amazing. You got some really good cards in there, like really fantastic artwork, which I think this is what they were going for with this. But you would get really powerful cards, things that were like really useful for most game types. But with these, they've really like slumped off. Like imagine in Ultimate Masters getting a you get a full art foil or like a box topper variant of, say, like Emrakul or Ulamog or something like that, like a really high power Eldrazi or like an Ancient Tomb or something like that. And now you can get an uncommon that's just a creature. Shameful, honestly, if I'm going to be quite honest. Lucy Westernra, which is the innocent traveller that transforms. I mean, the artwork is nice, don't get me wrong. The artwork's really cool, but as a box topper for a pack of collector cards? That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right to do at all. See what the other one is. Ooh. Oh, hello. Abraham van Helsing, which is the saviour of Ollenbach. Now, this I'm not sure on the value of, because I don't think this list has all of these versions of the cards. I'll have a look and see if it's on there. It's probably not high. It's probably not high value at all. There it is. Yeah, $2.69. Not much at all. It's unfortunate, but when it dies, exile up to one other target creature from the battlefield, or a creature card from a graveyard. When it leaves the battlefield, put the exile card onto the battlefield under the owner's control. So essentially it's a way of, like, when this dies, you can get it back, a creature from your graveyard. Or when it trains, exile up to one. That's not too bad, but again, very disappointing for a box topper. For a big set. Quite disappointing, unfortunately. You can get, like, the Sorin Planeswalker through that. You can get, like, really good cards from there, but... Open up 69 Hidetsugu. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying there's going to be one, but that would be great. You know, it'd be a nice change of pace from this box. It's just an unfortunate thing with this set, as it seems. There's not really a lot of value in that set. Oh, there we go. Nah, they really didn't do the packs of justice when it comes to opening these things up, did it? Fuck, dude. Ugh. Fuck this material, man. It's awful. I'm just gonna get a bit of water. Water. Pure water. Okay, let's move over to that. Okay, second half of the collector packs for the Innistrad Crimson Vow. So we've got Chill of the Grave, End the Festivities, Toxic Scorpion, Blood Fountain, not bad, Parasitic Grasp, Dawnheart Geist. We've got a Forest, again, nice full art foil. Dollhouse of Horrors. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. That's tapping for mana. Create a token that's a copy of the exile card except a 0/0 construct artifact. And it enters with a +1/+1 for each construct you control. Oh, okay. That's an interesting one. Could use that in my Urza deck. Arterial Alchemy. That's another commander card. Wouldn't work in the... oh, wrong pile. It wouldn't work in the vampire deck that Ophelia has because it's Ortsov, which is black-white. Mirrorhole Mimic. Ooh. There we go. Blood-Crazed Socialite. She's loving her life, isn't she? Alluring Suitor. Oh my. Ooh, Dracula, Lord of Blood. It's nice artwork on that one. That's really nice. Belligerent Guest again. And, oh, this is the regular version of the coffin card that we put to the side before. This is the actual Edgar Markov version of it. And it turns into the coffin on the back. Okay. Put that to the side again. Oh, stretch me back. I was half tempted to do this standing up, but I felt like I would just, like, my back would get tired, but right now, the back's just hurting. Oh, I need to go out for some exercise tomorrow. Come on, you bastard. Open up. There we go. Damn, my lack of nails. Ah, 2 seconds. There we go. 2 seconds, just need to check something. That's right, okay. Okay, next pack. So we have End the Festivities, Toxic Scorpion, Blood Fountain again, Ragged Recluse, that was me during the Coof, Rending Flame, Wolfkin Outcast. Let's those out of the way. So we have a nice swamp again. That's a really nice artwork, I like that. Hopeful Initiate. Look at those eyes. Oh, so the training. Whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, put a +1/+1 on this one. Oh yeah, it's just kind of similar to Mentor. Like that. Priest of the Blessed Graph. Good old Graph, eh? Path of Peril. Destroy all creatures. If you do it with the Ortsov colours, it's to destroy all, and if you do it just for 3 mana, it's with mana value 2 or less. Nice artwork. Blood Tithe Harvester. Blood Petal Celebrant. Ah, okay. Count Dracula. So this is the Planeswalker card that would be Sorin the Mirthless, but this is a different artwork version of it. So I believe this doesn't go for a huge amount of money. Okay, so this goes for $13, which is not bad, actually. I thought it was going to be far less than that. So that full art, special art version goes for a decent amount. It's not foil, but for some reason, the foil version goes for less, it appears. I'm not sure why that is. I think Mothman was saying about like card curling or something like that. But that's a nice card. We're going to put that into a sleeve. We take minor hits when we can. I love Maximo for Pokemon. Hey, Spuddington, how you doing today? You doing alright? We've gotten a couple of good hits so far from this box, although mostly it's been kind of like S tier. Well, not S tier, it's been F tier. But we got this card as well, which is Hallowed Haunter. We got it in full art foil, so it's that's a decent card. That's about, I think it was $30-something, I think. Oh no, just under $30, so decent value in that one. Yeah, resting the voice. Yeah, I completely understand that. You've been doing so many voice impressions that you have to hold it in. I'm doing good. Card pulls are going okay. Just like I said, this we kind of knew from the start that this box, which is this one here, Crimson Vow, it's not got the best value compared to other ones. So we're not really expecting a huge amount of value from this box, but we have got a couple of decent cards. So that's about like $40-ish, maybe $45, and there's a few like sort of $1 or so cards. Well, that and covers, yes, you've been absolutely cranking out those covers. I'll be honest with you, it's been going really well, hasn't it, with those? So just bear me 2 seconds. I will give you a very scuffed, slow shout out. Where's the shift key? key. Unless someone else can give him a shout out, if Evo or Vulcan. To be honest, I can probably just do it here. 2 seconds. I've got my keyboard at the side here. It's sideways, so it just kind of becomes an absolute. So McSpuddington. There we go. Boomer. There we go. Yeah, sure thing, Neptune. See you in a bit. Okay, so again, we've got just the last dregs of this pack to go through. Not much. We've got the Falconwreath Celebrants, which is again just a common card, but it's in full foil with alternate artwork. And then Stensia Uprising. It's a 4-mana enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 red human creature token. Then, if you control exactly 13 permanents, you may sacrifice Stensia Uprising. When you do, it deals 7 damage to any target. Doesn't seem like it's worth it, honestly. I can understand it kind of on that turn when you've got 13. But, yeah. Oh, it's very nice of you to do, Zanontakai. Spud is an awesome, awesome streamer. He does absolutely fantastic music covers on Twitter. And he plays tons of really fun games. And he's been doing collabs all this week, including a collab he did with me and Errol Venn and Evo AI. That was a fun one. I'm not at all biased in saying it's the best one that he's ever done, because, you know, he had me in it. But that was good fun. But he's done loads of really good collabs this week. So definitely give him a follow. Watch his streams. Alright, we'll move on to the next pack. So that's kind of annoying that the Count Dracula was in the box there, just the regular Count Dracula, because that does kind of mean there's less. It seems like there's less of a chance of getting the full art foil Sorin alternate artwork, which is the big money card for this set. So more than likely we won't get that, but you know, that's fine. Like I said, I'm not really expecting much of this box at the end of the day. You're back and your PC crashed. Hey, good start. All the foiling on these cards, all the shininess, it just overloaded your PC, and it was like, nope, sorry, too much RGB. Try again. So let's get these basics out of the way. Piercing Light, Fear of Death, Reckless Impulse. That's me when I see magic cards that look nice. Sheltering Bows, or Bows. Griffwing Cavalry, and Sanguine Statuette. Lovely. It comes down there. We've got another lovely full art kind of monochrome forest. Too many colours. Where? So we've got Odric Bloodcursed. This is him as a vampy boy, crashing the party as you do. Again in the perfect colours for Mothman, so he'll take that. Spectral Arcanist. Okay, the commander card. Splendid Reclamation. Absolutely splendid. Return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Now that could go pretty huge with something that does damage or has effects. Yeah, terrible Odric strikes again. Yeah, exactly. This could have a very good effect in like a land matters deck. So I'll keep an eye on if I could make that into something. And we got Unholy Efficient. Again, we've already pulled this. Belligerent Guest. Again, we've already pulled that. A lot of repetition, unfortunately. Oh, Jonathan Harker, who is actually Jacob Hanken in Spectre. That's nice artwork again. And it transforms into the legendary enchantment. It's Haken's Insight. Yeah, I don't think that's really worth much money, but it looks nice. Another alluring suitor. God, he's proper alluring this one, isn't he? And then finally,
The Voice of the Blessed. Whenever you gain life, Put a +1/+1 counter on Voice of the Blessed. As long as Voice of the Blessed has 4 or more +1/+1 counters on it, it has flying and vigilance. As long as Voice of the Blessed has 10 or more +1/+1 counters on it, it has indestructible.
Not bad. Not bad. Odric has been built, guessing at this point, my 15th red-white deck. I mean, that's the only colours you use at the moment, isn't it? At least that's what it feels like right now. I mean, I don't blame you, because most people see like Boros colours as a sort of like, oh, it's just like oh, it's $8. Oh, not bad. Might as well put it in a sleeve then if it's worth more than 5. People see Boros decks as just sort of like decks for like going wide or spell casting, like doing like burn. But you can do a lot of different things. I'm sure you had like a stacks deck, didn't you, that was in Boros? Like some really interesting stuff you can do. Alright, so we've got 3 more packs to open up in Crimson Vow. So, let's see what we get. Let's get this opened up. Okay, let's get this open. Honestly. Just have to poke a hole in the top. Hopefully the Neon Dynasty packs aren't as bad as this was. This was these have been really awkward to open up. Get this opened up and check the contents for some money. Right, so the basics out of the way. Gift of Fangs, Nurturing Presence, that's when Ophelia lays on top anyway. Scattered Thoughts, Hookhand Mariner, Fleeting Spirit, Radiant Grace. Touch it. Touch Grace. That's the basics out of the way. Ooh, that's a nice looking Plains. That is beautiful. Look at that. Ooh, those are lovely. Darren Bloodcaster. And the Vampire Wizard. Okay. Millicent Restless Revenant. So I'm guessing, is that one of the commanders from the commander decks from that from Crimson Vow? It looks like it would be. I get the feeling that would go very well in your spirit deck, Vulcan. Costs one less to cast for each spirit you control. Flying whenever it or another non-token spirit you control dies or deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. That would probably go quite well in your deck, I think. So, depending on the colours of your deck, obviously. I'm guessing it would be, I think it's Wooburg, the deck you were working on. But that would go quite well in it. Hopeful Initiate, yeah, we've got that already. Markov Waltzer. We've already got a Search the Count's Castle. But again, I absolutely love that artwork, so any excuse to look at it. I'm going to have to change the aperture 2 seconds. There we go. It's a bit better. Dreamroot Cascade. That's non-foil full art. I think I already have one of these, actually. But I really like that artwork. That's really nice. Gorgeous. Why did I put that there? That goes there. Silly chub. Mysterious Blood Illness. We've got a full art foil version of this. 2 damage to each non-vampire creature. Not bad. And then Eruth, Tormented Prophet. That's really weird artwork. That's kind of bizarre looking. Nice. And then, oh yeah, Human Soldier token. Could probably use that in a deck of mine. Yep, having good lands is always a good thing. It's kind of a shame when they cost an exorbitant amount of money, like shock lands or like actual dual lands cost. Dual lands obviously costing a hell of a lot more, but you know, the point still stands. Just the ISO, there we go. That's a very weird looking card, isn't it? It's certainly something. I don't think I've seen that artwork before. It's really nice. Okay, let's get another second from last pack open. Let's get these basics out of the way. Piercing Light, Fear of Death, Reckless Impulse, Sheltering Bows, or Bows, Skulking Killer, Biolume Egg. Oh, that is possibly the best artwork in any of these lands. Look at that thing. It's like a shipwreck. That is gorgeous. Ooh. Yes, please. So we've got the Hiveheart Shaman. I think we already have one of those. Yeah, that's creating the insect tokens, yep. Shadowgrange Archfiend, again another commander card. Spoopy! And when it enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. A mongoose. You gain life equal to the greatest power among creatures sacrificed this way. And then you can do it for Madness 3 and pay 8 life. Goodness me. That's a cool effect, but very pricey. Oh, the Voldaren Estate. That's nice. That's a vampire-specific sort of land. Gluttonous Guest, once more. Van Helsing's Holy Ward. Holy Ward, ah. That's nice artwork, though. I like that. The sort of like the wax seal. Hey, it's good old Rutstein. Okay. And that's in the Golgari colours. That's kind of cool artwork, though. The grizzled ancient peasant. Peasants. It's nice. An Unholy Efficient. And finally for this pack is the Rhinefield.
What are you buying, stranger?
That's it's not a very good pull, but I mean, whatever. Plus, I think we've... is that literally like the same... Yeah, that's the same card as the one we pulled in the previous pack, just a different artwork version. So, I have to start playing Izzet decks now. Otherwise... Where? Right, last pack. Yeah, I think we've pulled 3. Not the best box, is it? But never mind. Plenty of cards that could go in Ophelia's deck. For certain. Her deck is all about creating lots of tokens, getting lots of life gain, and then doing that big turn with the vampire, the 3-mana one. Yeah, the shiny card, that artwork is very nice. I mean, you can have it if you want, Demon. Hers is all about going wide and then getting the Veto card, the Veto Vampire from M2020. going wide and then doing a ton of damage and making it all be lifelink, and then your opponent to lose that much life again. Or you choose an opponent to lose that much life. Very big swingy turn if you can get that to go. Which he has done many times against me with that card. Even when I use a better deck, it still wins out against me. Because it's just so big a swing. Lifelink lad, lifelink lad. Right, so, last pack of this box. Let's see what we get. Sanctify, Chill of the Grave, Grave Prisoner, Pack some Pup. Ow! Spring Wizard, another Island. Catilda. That turns into legendary enchantment, Catilda's Rising Dawn. Oh, that is beautiful, that art. Enchanted creature has flying, lifelink, and protection from vampires, and it gets +X/+X, where X is the number of permanents you control that are spirits and/or enchantments. If Rising Dawn were put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Okay. Not bad. Disorder in the court. Exile X creatures, then investigate X times. Return the exile card to the battlefield tapped under owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Oh, that could be very useful in certain types of decks. Kessig Wolf Rider. Celebrants. Lucy Westerner. Dominating Vampire. Waltzer. Ah, and the final card is a full art version of Sundown Pass. So I think you'd be very happy there, Mothman. That is a beautiful card. That artwork is gorgeous. Let's see what the value is. Oh, $11. We'll take that. Get that sleeved up. Not bad at all. So the actual value in the box was not really there, which is unfortunate. But there is a lot of cards in here that I know that I'm going to be able to use in certain decks. Just shuffling through them, there are some decent cards here. Even if they're not necessarily in my decks, they can be used in other people's, like Cemetery Illuminator. Let's have a look. Mysterious Blood Illness. Spied Idea. Youthful Geist. Yeah, there's the third one there. Well, the first, I suppose. Sigarda's Summons, I can definitely use that. This Journal. Seraph. Yeah, I can make use of some of these cards. It's just the value wasn't there, unfortunately. So, woe is me. So it were. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all these wrappers to the side, get all the cards out of the way, and I'll pack them up after stream and sort through them. And at that time I can work out what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to get rid of, what I'm just going to give away, you know. Yeah, the full art lands aren't worth a lot at the moment, but yeah, definitely, they'll go up over time. It's just, well, yeah, it's just like, when that happens, that's up for debate at this point, or up for question. So let me just get these cards out of the way, all these commons. Keep these cards to the side, actually, just so we can see them. We did manage to get the Sorin the Mirthless, just not the best version. But we still got some good cards, so. And we've got tokens there. Got all the good cards there. We'll do them separately. All the lands, including some of the nice lands here. Another Sundown Pass there. Yeah, very good. Keep a hold of them. These are all the fancy cards, including the box toppers. Absolute garbage, but Van Helsing could come in useful. Okay, and we'll get rid of these two. These will be saved and put aside for Ophelia, for her deck. I have a pile of cards I had somewhere that I was going to decide. There we go. Put them in there. Right, okay, so... just judging from the initial sort of value of what we just opened, it would look to be in the sort of like $90 range, maybe $100. Not great. Compared to the price of the box, which thankfully I got a discount on. But that was like getting towards like 200, 220. So.
ReverbFart.mp3.
Thank you for that, Zenondercut. Yeah, very much the value of that set is very much in that sort of realm of ReverbFart.mp3. It's unfortunate, but it's been opened. We know for the future we're not going to get another box of that. I think the next collector box I'm going to get will most likely be the Brothers War, which is the next Dominaria set, which has Urza involved. That most likely is going to have some very interesting cards. So depending on what the leaks and the spoilers look like, I'll most likely get a collector's box of that, and I can open that up on stream. Although I'm going to try and aim to get 2 collector boxes to open up at one time, or like at least a collector box and then like a set booster box, or maybe like just regular draft. I kind of prefer draft boxes in general, but I mean, yeah. Okay, so what we'll do is we will get the Neon Dynasty box opened up, and we'll see what we get out of these packs. Will we get a Neon Ink card? Will it be another dumpster fire?
Who knows, but all for your entertainment, baby.
So let's hide that and show these cards. Again, we are looking for very specific cards. The ones on the left are the good regular cards that we can get. The ones on the right, there is less than a 1% chance of ever pulling one of those.
Bite your mice from Mars.
Yeah, the chances of getting the 3 on the right is very, very low. Very low. But if we do pull one, that is just like epic gamer moment, gamer POV. Everyone else taking an L. BRB putting food in the oven. Yeah, no worries, Mothman. Speak to you in a bit. Hey, Mrs. Mummy, how you doing? How is your Saturday going, my love? Hope you're having a good day. Oh, that's inverted. Oh, Jesus. There we go. Okay. I'm so glad to hear that, Mrs. Mummy. Didn't you say... Thank you very much. Didn't you say you were going to be streaming today? Is that later on, or are you already getting ready to stream now? I'm doing okay though. We opened up the first box, and it was an absolute garbage fire. We got a few decent cards out of it, but not enough to cover the price of the box, which is a shame. But we got a few decent cards. We got Sundown Pass, which is a nice land. Voice of the Blessed. Count Dracula, which is a very nice looking artwork card, and probably the nicest sort of looking one. And then Hallowed Haunting, which is the big money card that's like about $30, which is not bad. Just not one of the pulls we were looking for, really. But still, we keep these good cards. We take the dubs when we can. Ah, you are mono green, and that's what I love to hear. Big old Timmy plays. That's what I like to see when I'm playing Magic. That's when I play my Gruul deck, which is it's just lots of big beasts and hoping to cheat them out, basically. But yeah, definitely let me know when you're starting to stream, because I'll definitely want to hang out with you on that one. So we're going to cut this open. And the value is gone. This box is worth nothing. Yeah. Yeah, girl. There's a couple of people in our commander group that have elf decks, and they're always huge. They go like ridiculously wide, and there's always a way to bring stuff back. Schrodinger's MTG box, yeah, exactly. He had a green-red werewolf deck. Oh, yeah. One of my close friends has one of those, where you're just constantly transforming them and getting, like, big effects with, like, fling effects and stuff like that. Stuff like that is so much fun. Right, okay, so here we are. This is the one where we have the potential to get big money. And hopefully we will, but no worries if we don't. Because I just do it for the subs, you know what I mean? I just want to be me. Right, okay, so pack to the side. Now, are these going to be as difficult to open? Yeah, the box design is gorgeous, isn't it? The artwork is lovely. I think it's got the same artwork kind of on the back of it there, but the full version of it is there.
Welcome to the realm of PC.
Welcome in, Spud. Good to see you again. We've got the delightful Mrs. Mummy here. Mummy. Sorry. Mummy. I'm sorry. Right, so are these going to be as difficult to open? No. So they went from the other pieces of shit packs back to the regular ones that just open, like, just fine. So that or they, like, really improved the quality of the pack. And it opens much easier. You don't have to, like, make an incision in the top of it. I mean, it still kind of falls apart, but whatever, you know, as long as it opens up properly, that's the main thing. You say I flatter, but I'm speaking truth. Oh, wait, now. Right, okay, so I haven't really seen a lot of this set. I only really got a pre-release pack, so some of these are kind of new. Spirited Companion, ayo. Shiba Inu. That's the breed, isn't it? Damn, son. Kato's Pursuit. Tech Wrecker. Sorry, Captain. Hey, there you go. Mothman, that's what you want when you get back.
The Long Reach of Night.
Hey, here we are. Now, these lands, these are the beautiful things that I was really looking forward to. These lands are beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous artwork. And they've got the, I'm guessing is that Katagana or... Right, you're into the first... We're in the first pack of Kamigawa, so you haven't really missed much. But these lands are just absolutely stunning to me. I just love them. Aki Ronin. It's a Goblin Samurai. Don't hear about that every day. Nezumi Blade Blesser, which is a Rat Samurai. Again, you don't see them every day. Pardon me, sorry about that. Moonsnare Specialist. When it enters the battlefield, return up to one target creature to its owner's hand. Okay. That could be quite interesting. Fangs of Shigeki, which is a Death Touch 1/1. Good start. Invoke Justice. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then distribute 4 +1/+1 counters among any number of creatures and or vehicles target player controls. Interesting. That looks kind of cool as well. Yeah, there's a lot of ninjas in this set, isn't there? So this is the commander card. Unquenchable Fury. Whenever this creature attacks, it deals X damage to a defending player where X is the number of cards in their hand. Okay. And then, whenever Unquenchable Fury is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, return it to your hand. Okay, so you can just keep on redoing it, essentially. March of Wretched Sorrow. Additional cost this spell, you may exile any number of black cards from your hand. The spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. It deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. Okay, that's an interesting one. I like that artwork. Oh, hello.
Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh.
Now that is a good hit, I believe. I'm going to check what the price is on that. It's not foil, so it's not the like full-on mega value, but I think Tezzeret is a decent card. Probably not super value, but you know, still. Okay, so that's a specific version of it. Don't know why it's not showing me that. Okay, there we go. So that's going for $10. Again, if we get a good card, we're going to sleeve it. So we will sleeve this up. The first activated ability of an artifact you activate each turn costs 2 less. Big old Tezza. Jezza and Tezza. Right, we'll put that there. That's a good hit. And the ultimate hit for this pack was Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And then when it returns, it's Reflection of Kiki Jiki. Oh, that artwork. So I guess that's going to have to go in my Goblin deck, isn't it? Goodness me. Big old Tez Gaming.
Trademark.
Nice. It's very nice artwork on that one. Instantly, I just have... Oh. No Shrine Token as of yet. Construct and Samurai is what I have so far. I've already got better feelings about this box compared to the other one. Like, this definitely feels like... I mean, it's probably just because the set is more fresh. He called his dog Kiki Jiki. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Evo AI, what a fucking gigachad.
That's a big friggin' boulder.
That's the wrong sound sample. Jesus fucking Christ. I'll try that again. Evo, you're a fucking gigachad. Well, that was embarrassing.
How are you doing, Evo? Are you doing okay? So, let's open up this second. Actually, Evo, could you give yourself a shout out, please? And could you also give out Mrs. Mummy a shout out? When Evo streams, you want to watch because it's always good fun. And Mrs. Mummy is going to be streaming soon, and that's going to be something to behold. I'm absolutely certain of it. Yes, you. Right, okay, so, again, we're just going through the sort of the basic cards at the start of the pack. Bearer of Memory, Kami of Terrible Secrets,
Mommy.
Anchor to Reality,
Heiko Yamazaki, the General.
Tales of Master Seshiro. Oh, okay, I've already got one of these lands, but I absolutely love how they look. These lands look amazing. This one especially. I love the, like, sort of the paper, what's the name of those again? The thing where you, like, make, like, birds out of paper. Name's on the tip of my tongue for whatever it is, but yeah, that sort of thing. Floating around above a big whirlpool. It's beautiful. Asari Captain, so that's Mothman sorted for the night. He's got his Boros hit. Origami, that's it. Yes, Mrs. Murray. It was on the tip of my tongue. I knew it began with an O. Sunblade Samurai. That's very nice. Mukotai Ambusher, another rat ninja with lifelink. So it's good to get some health if you need it. The Kiki card is about 15, is it? Really? Goodness me, I'm going to have to... I'll finish this pack and then I'm going to put that into a sleeve. Jesus, that's good. Kappatek Rekka. Katos the Silent Spider. When it enters the battlefield, exile target card other than a basic land card from opponent's graveyard. Search that place graveyard hand. Ah, interesting. Okay. So that's an interesting human ninja with a ETB. Oh, camera, please. There we go. Kosi Penitent Warlord. I'll get that into a sleeve when I've finished this pack. I didn't realise it was worth that much. Invoke the Ancients. Create 2... Oh god, that mana cost. 1. Green. Create 2 4/5 green spirit creature tokens. For each of them, put your choice of Vigilance counter, a Reach counter, or Trample counter on it. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, no worries, Evo. Enjoy your lurk. Okay, so this is kind of annoying. We've got the Soul Ripper. And then we've got another one. That's not very good. But, yeah, there you go. No, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for hanging out, Evo. Even if you're just lurking in the background with the tab muted, I really appreciate it. That silent spider card haunts me. Yeah. Don't blame me. So we've got spirits and a treasure. That's a nice treasure token, actually. So you're saying that this card is a reflection of Kiki Jiki. That's $15, is it? I need to check that. That's kind of crazy. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Let's have a look. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Hey, yo, you're not kidding. $15. Goodness me. That's kind of craziness. Was not expecting that. Yeah, no worries, Spud. Have a good one. Speak to you in a bit. Let's get this one open. What a Giga Chad. I love that fucking Giga Pride emote. Looks so good. It's annoying because they actually, like, when they made it and, like, rendered it, the text got absolutely crushed in whatever sort of compression they put on it. But, you know, whatever. That's how it is, I suppose, isn't it? Okay, so let's get this next one open. Right. Aki War Paint. Iron Apprentice. Web Spinner Cuff. Malicious Malfunction. Azusa's Many Journeys. And then onto the land card, which is... That is my favourite artwork of all of the lands. Look at that bad boy. Swamp with the trees at night under moonlight. That is beautiful, that land. We love a good swamp, we do. Jukai Trainee. That is Norika Yamazaki the Poet. That is gorgeous artwork. Look at that. So much good artwork in this set. Absolutely beautiful. I love as well the way that the framing around the edges, the way that they've done that, where it's like, you can still tell it's kind of like a legendary look to it for a legendary creature. That's gorgeous. Covert Technician. Inkrise Infiltrator. That's really nice with the wings. That's kind of similar to the artwork you have on your playmat, isn't it, Vulkian? Except this is just like a rainbow, basically. Ooh, Ishin, Two Heavens as One. I was really tempted to put this into my Mardu Knight deck, which is a Sire Gwyn deck, which uses a lot of triggered effects from weapons and things like that. And if a creature attacking causes a triggered ability... Yeah, Obi-Wan Shinobi, exactly. Gorgeous card, I love that. It's a really cool effect as well. So we've got Ascendant Acolyte. Biting Palm Ninja. He bites you. Ijan. Is that a Ganjo Uprising? That artwork's gorgeous as well. Look at that. And then Risona, Asari Commander. There you go, Mothman. Gorgeous card. Token is Human Monk and Samurai. So bear me 2 seconds. It's probably not worth a lot, but that would appear that it goes for $9, which is not bad actually. We take those. We take those every time. I'm going to sleeve that up. just in case. So, I mean, we're 3 packs in, and we've almost got as many, like, decent cards as the first box, which is just kind of craziness to me. But let's continue on. Have to find me some trades at this rate. I've still got those cards that you wanted to trade before set aside in my my binder. So, yeah, we can work out something at some point. Okay, so Kami of Industry, Reckoner's Bargain, Enormous Energy Blade. I love that name. That's so extra. Oni Cult Anvil. This is the modern age, taking it every day. Remember that song? Modern Way. Ooh, Beautiful Mountain. No, that is lovely. I think these are worth like $1 each, aren't they? The Monkey Flavor Text. For which one? For which card, sorry? Did I miss something that you wanted me to read? I'm not sure which card you mean. Oh, the red common. Oh, okay. Is that, is it Kami of Industry? Is that the one you mean? Or am I thinking of something different? Oh, okay. I'll read that.
It takes many arms to arm an army.
I mean, it's true.
I can read that as Winston from Overwatch. It takes many arms to arm an army. Oh, did someone say peanut butter?
There you go. That's what you get. That's for free. Alright, Seven Tail Mentor. Okay, next card is there. Heir of the Ancient Fang. Hey, Alistair, how you doing? Good to see you in here. We've got the Inkrise Infiltrate. We've already got one of those. Futurist Operative. How's your Saturday going, Alistair? That's March of Reckless Joy. Okay. It's an interesting one. Kappa Cannoneer. Can I get a Kappa in chat? Kappa. Kappa, 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 Kappa. Oh, I like turtles. That's good. Not bad. Oh, okay. So they've just been sort of dumped on you and you have to put up with them, basically. That's always fun, isn't it? Kyodai, Soul of Kamigawa. That's a Wooburg commander. Flash flying. For 4 mana for 3/3 for flying. When it enters the battlefield, another target permanent gains indestructible for as long as you control Kyodai. And then Wooburg, it gains +5/+5 until end of turn. Interesting, okay. It's an interesting one. The Reality Chip. So we've got a waifu here. An actual anime waifu. Goodness me. Ooh, hello. Takenuma, Abandoned Maya, full art foil. Now, this isn't the big hit. The big hit is the green land in this style. But this full art foil goes for $17, which is not bad at all. So this pack is pretty good. Right, I'm going to sleeve that up because that's a good card. Oh, I'll get a softer sleeve, actually. That's a solid one. But that's very nice, that one. The green one, I think it's Boseiju. Yeah, Boseiju Who Endures. That one. Oh, the cap is like $7, really? Oh, there you go. That's kind of good. I'll have to go through these again at some point and work out which ones I'm going to sell, which ones I'm going to keep. That's decent value. I'll take that. Okay, next pack, I suppose. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to retweet my opening thing. Okay. That's pretty good though. $7 for that card. So already so far this box is pretty good. Even if we don't get a Neon Ink card, it's fine, you know, because we're getting some decent pulls from this. I can use them, I can trade them. And like I said, I saved up for quite a while to get it, so it's not like I've like just gone out of my way to spend as much money as possible to just get these boxes. I've actually, like, I've been financially responsible to make sure that I don't go over the top. And that's what it's all about. You have to be responsible with your money. There's no point in just buying everything you need or want, and then you just don't have anything left. Right, okay, Imperial Oath. What does that mean? What, being responsible? It means not buying every single secret lair that comes out as soon as they come out. Goshintai of the Lost Wisdom. That's really nice artwork on that. That's really good. I love that. Shattered States Error. Ooh, now that's a moody swamp. Look at this. It's a bit hard to see, but that's like raindrops falling down and a dark street with one lantern keeping it alight. Ooh, that's nice.
We'll have a good swamp on this stream, don't we? Oh, gorgeous.
It's nice, isn't it? Nezumi Blade Blesser. Guardians of Oboro. Guardians of Oboros? But it's blue. I don't get it. Haha. But Dokuchi. Dokuchi. Don't silence Dokuchi. You should never silence Dokuchi. You should let it shine. Let it grow. Let it speak out when it says, I need a wash. Alright, Coiling Stalker. It's nice artwork on that one. Oh God, invoke despair. Oh God, I've got nothing left. Oh, such despair, mate. Clipped and shipped. I think that's kind of a cool card. Does that go for anything? Probably not. Despair. No, it's not like a high value card. That's no worries though. It's nice artwork. The Shattered Blade, that's a commander card. That's very nice. Snake Samurai! Chishiro, the Shattered Blade. Whenever an aura or equipment enters the battlefield under your control, create 2/2 red spirit creature token with Menace. At the beginning of your end step, put +1/+1 counter on each modified creature. That's awesome. That's really cool. I love that artwork as well. It's like the fiery greatsword out of Guild Wars almost. The Restoration of Enganjo. Enganjo. Architect of Restoration. Does that go for anything, the Restoration? Probably not. Nah, it doesn't. Never mind. That's a nice card, though. Ooh, Kura, the Boundless Sky. That's quite nice. And then Mirror Box. The legend rule doesn't apply to permanents you control. Now that is a very interesting effect. Especially if you've got something that makes copies of permanents. Goodness me. Put that aside. Oh really, the Mirror Box is your favourite one? There you go. It allows a lot of shenanigans, I'll say that. Ooh, that cracked there. Boundless Sky is $3. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay. So this is the last card of the first half of the box. Hold back, damn it. There we go. Right, to get through the beginning bits. Regent's Authority. Jungle Hollow. Rabbit Battery? Okay. Gravelighter. And The Life of Toshiro Umuzawa. I love that artwork. It's like the painterly style. It's gorgeous. Right, we've got a beautiful forest, as you can see. Love it. Love, 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 love it. Upriser Renegade. Imperial Subduer. A lot of these are ones we've already gotten, so we need to hang about with them. Thang of Shigeki. Covert Technician. Tameshi Reality Architect. Oh, a Moonfolk. Lovely. Drum Bellower. Untap all creatures you control during each player's untap step. That would go very well in your Spirit deck, Vulcan. That would very much go well with it. I'll have to keep that aside for you. Scrap Wielder. That's a goblin. Okay. Not bad. Thousand-Faced Shadow. And March of Burgeoning Life. Instant for X and a green. Okay. See what that's like. Is that a decent card? Probably not. Is that March? It's not in the top card, so that's... no worries. Not an amazing card, but still, I like how that looks. It's a nice card. So, first half so far, we've already gotten some decent value out of the box. Not covering the box altogether, obviously, but some nice cards there so far. I like how that box is done so far. I'm happy with that. Okay, 2 seconds. Okay, just had to check something there. Right, okay, so, next pack. It's a feeling the demon, this one. Tamiyo's Completion. Goodness. What a loser. Reckoner Shakedown. Hotshot Mechanic. Mobilizer Mech. Behold the unspeakable. Lovely, lovely. Another beautiful mountain in that beautiful style. Norika Yamazaki, we've already got one of those. Django Exemplar. Silver Fur Master. That's the ninja and rogue creatures lord with ninjutsu. Moon Circuit Hacker. Goro Goro. Disciple of Ryusei. That'll go well in my Goblin deck, definitely. What does that go for, Goro Goro? Is that a decent card? Not a lot. That's fine. Myojin of Towering Might. That's a commander card. What a nice lad. Kami of Transience. Kyodai, Soul of Kamigawa. Again, we've already gotten one of these, but this is a different art version. That's very nice. And we have Light Paws, Emperor's Voice. Fox Advisor. That's beautiful. Not worth a lot, but it's a beautiful card. Construct and Samurai. You cremated your pizza. Oh, you can only blame the cardboard crack. Well, that's a shame, because if you were to tune in tomorrow at 8 PM to my stream, you would learn the best way to make pizza from scratch, which is what I'm going to be doing on stream. See you then. Plus, I will have a sub-goal that... obviously, the sub-goal for the stream is just to do hot sauce shot, which, I mean, always makes people laugh. But the sub-goal for the stream tomorrow is going to be I'm going to make a banana and pineapple pizza. And we're going to find out once and for all whether pineapple or banana belong on pizza. Together, especially. So, yeah. That's going to be an interesting one if people donate the subs. Or gift them, or whatever it is. Yeah, it is pretty brave of me, isn't it? But I'm willing to try new things. If that means suffering for your enjoyment, so be it. Come on. Pack, please. Now, this one is giving me trouble for some reason. Oh. Did we get a bit of rippage there? This one feels like extremely solid compared to the other ones. I'm not sure why that is. That's a bit weird. Yeah, I'm sure you do, Zenondika. I'm sure you do enjoy my suffering. All in the name of content, innit? Case in point this, you're just laughing your ass off at me. Suffering. Trying to get this blooming pack open. There we go. Right, okay, so let's get through the rubble. Papercraft Decoy, Rugged Highlands, Reality Heist, Seismic Wave, Era of Enlightenment. So we've got another lovely land here. It's a nice island. Heir of the Ancient Fang, but we have another one for some reason. Coiling Stalker. Dokuchi. Shadow Walker.
Ah, with our powers combined, we are the Mech Titan Core.
It's a really cool mechanic on that. Aerial Surveyor. Inventive Iteration. Oh, hello. Hello. God damn. Okay. So we've got the foil Phyrexian Jin-Gitaxias. This is a doozy card. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's see how much that is. So this in foil, I believe... yeah, sleeve this mother. I believe this is about $100 for this card alone. And as far as I can tell... Damn, that is so nice. As far as I can tell, that doesn't have any... It's not off-center. That is a beautiful card. Oh, that Phyrexian text is so... It's weird that the 5 looks like that. But, goddamn, what a pull. Hello. And that's, you can see it down in the corner, down here. It's this card here. That's one of the ones we were looking for. It's a very good pull. That's sleeved up in a hard sleeve. Oof. That's going to go on to get sold, most likely. I'm not going to put this in any of my decks. It just wouldn't fit. But, goddamn, what a pull. Oh! Very happy with that. Oof. Yeah, that's a... I don't know if you got a look at that demon. It's the Jin Cataxius creature, but it's got Phyrexian text on it. Like the Praetors. So it's kind of hard to read, but that's about $100 as far as I can tell. I believe it's 100, or it's either 100 or 90, because Skyfall's not super clear about it, about whether it's the version of it that's got the cold foiling process, or if it's the regular foil. As far as I can tell, the regular foil is worth more, but that's what I think anyway. But that's a big hit. So, whew. So that means we've got like 100, like nearly $200. I'm now complete. It's true.
I am complete.
Excellent. So that is very nice for the set. And create your own rule because they can't read Phyrexian. Yeah. Have you not looked it up, bro? It says that I win the game when I play this card, dude. Come on. No, don't get your phone out. Jeez. Oh, falling over. Okay, so big money. Let's keep this going. All right. Aki Ember Keeper. Mnemonic Sphere. Takuchi Silencer. Banishing Slash. Boseiju reaches skyward. And the lovely forest. Guardians of Oboro. Upriser Renegade. Futurist Operative. Nazumi Prowler. Ooh, Hinata Dawn-Crowned. Now, I don't know if that's actually worth money, but that's very nice. Let's look it up. That's the regular version in foil. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like it's worth decent money, but I like that. That's a nice card. It's worth, like, just under $1. Whatever. But that's a cool card. I like that. It's a Kirin's Spirit as well, so you could probably use that, Volkian. Spells your opponent's cast cost 1 more to cast for each target. And spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each target. Interesting. So we've got Komainu Battle Armor. Equipment Dog. It's an Equipment Dog. Satoru Umezawa. That's the ninja thing that gives every creature card in your hand ninjutsu. I already have one of these, but I don't have the full art version. That's beautiful. I love the sort of like the neon colours that are on there, like with the pink and the green. It's lovely. So we've got Inventive Iteration. And oh, I thought, because it had that top bit, Yakuza as fuck, definitely. It had that top bit, I thought it was Neon Ink, but it's not. It's Satsuki the Living Law. It's a very nice looking card, though, I will say that. Oof, lovely. Okay. Okay, we've got 3 more packs to go. Let's get this one open. Please open for me. So it's a bit odd. It's almost as if like a couple of these are back to the regular problems we had with the Crimson Vow packs, where they just don't open properly, and some of them do open fine. It's very weird. Okay, we'll get this open up. Oh, straighten up the piles. My piles! Get that checked, everyone. Alright, so, get these out of the way. Bronze type boar. Secluded courtyard. Ooh, that mountain's very nice. It's like a sort of a snowy village almost looking. It's very nice. Beautiful. Imperial Subduer, and of course we get another one, because why not? Shadow Walker, we've got one of them before. Moonsucker Hacker, hello! It's not the Phyrexian version, but we have Tamio, the completed sage. She has been turned into a Phyrexian. Poor lass. She just wanted to live on the moon. So let's see what that goes for at the moment. That's a nice pull. New land. Yeah, sure. It's gorgeous, isn't it? With the lanterns. Like the village on top of the snowy mountain, that sort of thing. It's very nice, isn't it? This one, because it's not the Phyrexian version, it's not worth as much, which is a shame. Because if you don't have the Phyrexian text, it isn't as good a Planeswalker as it could be, essentially. But this goes for about $3, which is quite nice. Not bad, and I'll probably end up using this. Yeah, they look so good, the ones in New Capena. This is going to be just kind of chucked into one of my decks most likely, because I could probably use that in one of my decks that has the Simic colours in. So I'm going to put this to the side. Foil Secluded Courtyard is a couple of dollars, okay. Organic Extinction, another commander card. Improvise, destroy all non-artifact creatures. I can use that, definitely. Mech Titan Core. With our powers combined. Tatsunari. Toad Rider. It's a human riding toads. That's a bit weird. And the Mind Link Mech. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, a pilot. Right, okay, 2 packs left. So that one opened much easier. Rogue. So we've got Coiling Stalker. Scoured Barons. Guidebots. Sky Blessed Samurai. And the Reign of Truth. Oh, there's a lovely little planes. Look at that. That's really nice, isn't it? Yeah, much better, much better pulls this box. Even just in general, like better rares, better, like not many mythics, obviously, but just good cards. Selfless Samurai. Aki Ronin. I feel like that's a bit. Not centered properly. That's a bit weird. Moon Circuit Hacker. One's their specialist. Tribute to Horobi. We've got Rampant Rejuvenator. Aha! There it is. Bosiju, who endures. This is the money land. This is the full art non-foil. So it's not going to be worth as much as the big full art foil. But that is going for $29 at the moment, this land. The reason being is that you can activate the channel ability, and they can't counter the ability, which will destroy a target enchantment or non-basic... an artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land, which can get rid of an ancient tomb, can get rid of a... oh god, I can get rid of any of the big, powerful lands, unless they protect it somehow. But that's a very good pull, so I'm going to sleeve that up, because that's worth money. It's very good. Kami of Transience. Oh, and that's another Light Pause, Emperor's Voice, but that's the alternate art version in foil. Delicious. Oh, that goes in the full art pile.
Who says money don't grow on trees, eh? Oh, you're absolutely right, there's an undercore. Totally pay all the money. Yeah.
Right, okay, so we've got the last pack here now. So, let's hope for big monies. Probably won't get it, but it's fine. We've gotten some really good pulls out of this box so far. So, this is... oh, my back. This is going to be the pack. Like, even if we don't get a good pull, we've had some really good things so far. And, again, there's a lot of good... Are the shrine tokens still worth a few dollars? I don't think I've gotten a shrine token, you know. I don't know, they probably are. Mothman mentioned them. We've got the Human Monk, Samurai, Pilot, Spirit, Notebook, Samurai, Treasure, Spirit, Construct, Samurai, Construct, Spirit, Treasure, Samurai, Spirit, Monk, Samurai, Treasure, Spirit, and Construct, Samurai. So no shrine token, unfortunately. But it must be because they're just not printed as often compared to the other tokens. But there you go. Yeah, still worth a bit. There you go. Okay, lucky offering. Meow. It's Kami Flare. Go Shintai of Shared Purpose. I'm going to go befriending the moths. That's what Ophelia does. She befriends moths. Ooh, and a lovely other forest there. That's lovely. Very nice. The Samurai. Again, I feel like it shifted down a bit for some reason on this card. Kind of see it there. Reinforced Ronin. Blade Blizzard Kitsune, when you've got another one there. A regular foil mirror box. Swift Reconfiguration. Flush, enchant creature or vehicle. Enchanted permanent is a vehicle artifact with crew 5 and loses all other card types. That's a bit of a weird one. Kodama of the West Tree. Now, I think that might be worth something, actually. It's a different version. Full art. This is worth $7. That's not bad, actually. $7 for that. Take that. March of Otherworldly Light. And, oh, isn't that nice? The last card is Farewell. Farewell, chat. Bye! But that artwork is beautiful. I could actually make use of that card. Farewell. That is very fitting. That's very nice. Let's see. Farewell. Oh, the full art foil version of this. This is a etched foil as well. Now this is where I'm a bit confused, because on Scryfall's site, there's two versions. There's a regular with this artwork that's $7. There's a regular, and then they have the thing for a foil, which is $14. And then they have the same thing. Oh, hang on, I can check the card number. I can check the card number, hang on. The etched version is $23. Yeah, this card number 417. That means that the Phyrexian Praetor Jin Gitaxias is $90 rather than $100. But still, that's really good. $20 odd. That is getting sleeved. Okay, so that's the Kamigawa box opened. So let's check all these. So that was $20. That was about $25. That was $90. So that's $130. That was like $15, I think. $145. That was a few dollars. That was a few dollars as well, and then that was $10. So that was like, not counting any of the other cards, which like these lands can give you a few dollars, like it's $1 each almost. That's a really good box, actually. It's a decent value. Obviously, it's not as good as if we'd gotten an ink card, but you don't go in expecting something that's got like a 0.6% chance of even dropping in the first place, do you? But, yeah, that's some pretty good pulls from this box, definitely. Yeah, we take that. Not bad at all. Pretty good box. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to have to get those listed, get those sorted when it comes to value. There's a few other cards in here as well that had a few dollars of value as well. It wasn't necessarily all just sort of like nothing from these. Some of these can like get some, like a couple of dollars each or something like that, you know? But that was a good box. I'm happy with that. So yeah, I'm going to have to... I'll have a light pause and a mirror box. Cheers, John. I can put them aside if you want to trade for them, definitely. I'm more than happy to do that. But yeah, I'll go through these. I'm guessing... I'm guessing you'll want this light pause, won't you? The very fancy foil art version of it. I'll set that aside. And mirror box. Do you want the? Are you wanting the full art version of mirror box? I'm guessing you will. Put those to the side for you. Yeah. I'll put the fancy one aside for you. It's all good. All right, cool. So yeah, that's that's it, I suppose. There's not much else I've got to open up on the stream. Those are the two boxes that I had. I haven't got any other boxes right now. But I can always get some more in the future. Just extend myself out a bit there. There we go. Right, so yeah, that's it for the boxes that we've opened. So thank you very much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. We're going to be going live again tomorrow, same time, 8 PM. We're going to do Sizzling Sundays. We're going to do an episode all on pizza. So I'm going to be making some dough from scratch. I'm going to let that work on itself, but I've already made some dough ahead of time. And I've bought some like little dough things that you can use to make pizza really quickly. We're going to make a few different types of pizza. And if we get the subs for it, we're going to do our sub goal of making a pineapple and banana pizza. So if you want to watch me suffer or potentially love what I make, who knows, then please feel free to tune in on Sunday, as in tomorrow, at 8 PM BST. So I'm going to end it there. I'm going to find someone to raid into. So let's see who we can find who's streaming at the moment. Let's see who's live.
Oh, okay.
Pause that. I've already raided into Spud. There's no point in raiding into him again. Let's find someone else we can raid into. Oh, Lolita Puff is streaming. I haven't raided into her before, I don't think. I don't think I have, anyway. You might learn how to not burn a pizza. There you go, you might. You might learn. Who knows at this point? Who knows? Could be a mystery. So, let's... yeah, let's raid into Lolita Puff. She's a fantastic artist. And she's doing a bunch of gaming on Fortnite. So we'll give her a raid, see how she's doing. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Zanontica. I really appreciate it. The pineapple, yeah. So what we'll do is we'll /raid. And we'll paste. That is the... Wait. Is that... What am I doing? Yeah, there we go. What am I doing? What? Why is Twitch please? It's like it's trying to create a separate command for me at the same time as me just typing it in. I don't fucking know. Right, okay, so let's create a raid message. I've already got one in mind. So if you have the channel emotes, then feel free to use this. Feel free to use this message. I'm gonna copy that. So that'll be our raid message. If you have the subscriber emotes, please feel free to use that. If you don't, that's fine. Just copy it over and use your own emote. Just go for it. I don't mind. Either way, we're going to do full-out foil raid. So I'll get ready for that. Fantastic. Thank you very much for hanging out, everyone. I really appreciate it. Let's go right into Lolita Puff and see how she's doing this lovely... I think it'll be afternoon for her, but not evening. But yeah, you get the drift. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully see you all tomorrow. We're going to do some lovely cooking, and I'm going to eat it all, and it's going to be delicious, except for the sub pizza, if that happens. All right, take care. Stay safe. See you all soon.